Okay, at 9 o'clock. Can you hear us, Judy? You're muted. Still muted.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
We've got everybody to hear each other. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Need a motion to approve the agenda. So moved.
I'll second.
Motion second. All those in favor? Aye.
Did you vote, Judy?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, motion carried. Let's say pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to
To the flag.
the States of America and to the republic for which
it
it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty.
and justice for all.
Okay, we got her. Public comment. There's public comment. Okay, if there's none of that, board communication, what's going on?
Just have a E911 meeting tonight at 6 o'clock, and so that's what I have.
I don't have anything.
Would take the time just to thank you for this is your last meeting, so thanks for your service to Page County, and thanks for getting me into this. And appreciate everything that you've done and in your tenure here. So
Well,
thank
thanks,
you.
Todd. Yeah, it's the last one. So I don't have any meetings next week, so I don't have anything to report on there. Yeah, there's nothing else. We've got claims here. There were some claims that I submitted on Friday that are not on here for some mileage to Des Moines and to for our ISAC training and a hotel stay up there over the last few years and things I turned in. They were not on here. I don't know who, when I submitted them, did not include them as far as the, and the office did not say to do that. So I don't know how that works. But there are some claims here for training for Judy and for Brian Rogers, but they were not on here, so it's unfortunate claims are submitted and not given to the board to at least look at to see what we have. So I'll make a note of that.
So what happens to those, do you know, Cindy? What happens to those claims when, I don't know, when we put them in?
I don't know, understand how the board wouldn't look at the claims. Any bill turned into the board should be given to the board to look at least to review.
It depends on when they're turned in,
When they're,
whether they're late or early. Those other claims were turned in early for upcoming meetings.
yeah, I was standing in the office turning those in whenever Lisa brought the claims from secondary roads, which are in the stack we're paying right now.
But those were the ones from Lisa were already in the system, I believe.
She walked them in there and set them down, and I was told it was plenty of time. So it's just
Yeah,
part of the
I don't know.
part of the problem in Page County. There's a problem in this courthouse with the board not being recognized as the board to even review things, turn things in.
Is there a timeline when you turn stuff in that's like written somewhere?
The personnel policy manual at the current time does not have a deadline as far as turning in reimbursement claims. But
Yeah.
that may be something looked at in the future.
Yeah, and in that, what I turned in, it probably isn't half of what happened. I just turned in some mileage and some trips, probably half of what I actually did going up there, just to go to Des Moines for our training, to cover fuel. So it's just silly that the board doesn't see these bills, and who made the decision to not send that. So future, I hope that the board is considered with claims and sent the bills. They can look at them, decide whether they want to pay them or not.
Judy, you said you and Brian had like future claims
Well, their claims for January.
for January?
Yeah, they're for the January meetings.
Okay.
When I looked at the claims, those are for our January meetings.
Okay, yep.
Well, these claims I turned in were the same as Judy, you turned them in, some of them the same when you were here with me. To be paid, they're legitimate, regular, normal things, so, the board should be able to see those, and I don't. I was told in the office a couple weeks ago by Kristen that a claim I turned in a couple months ago was never brought. I thought they lost it. And they said, no, Melissa told them not to give it to the board. So, and then I was told how crazy that was, and then I turned it in again, and it still didn't come to the board. So there's a problem here in Page County. I don't know it's like a shadow government, so I don't know what's going on, but bills turned into the board need to go to the board, is the
Right.
point I'm making with these claims. They need to go to the board for review, and they can decide what they do with them. And it did not happen this week again. So
I guess they'll be looked at in January, Jacob.
yeah, it should have been turned in. There's 2 times now it's been not submitted to the board. That's just a problem for future board. That should happen. The board should always get the bills that are turned in. So we have the ones in front of us.
I would move that we approve the claims.
Okay.
Second,
Second on that, as presented. I guess we'll roll call that.
Okay, Clark,
Yes,
Holmes,
Yes.
Mayor,
yes.
Okay. All right, we got the claims done. Minutes. We have the minutes for this last meeting. Look very well.
Yep,
Do
they
those.
look great.
I didn't see any issues.
Everything is, per the Iowa IBP or
IPIB.
PIB, gosh, I got all those mixed up, hold on. So I'd make a motion that we approve the minutes as presented,
From what day is it? December 19th?
oh, from December 19th.
Okay, I have a second on that. I'll second it. Any discussion on that?
I'm curious why last week, Judy, you didn't vote yes on the minutes.
Did
And they
you?
were-
because I don't like the format.
But you didn't raise that objection. And what format do you not like? Because we're following what the IPIB has
No,
suggested.
no, you're not. It's taking up way too much, it's taking up way too much space. It's gonna cost way too much money. And I'll leave it at that.
Do you think the auditor's in charge of the format and text of what's required?
I don't believe that's true, Jacob. And I'll leave it at that.
The
I'll just leave
1980
it at that, period.
Okay, well, you can leave it at that. The 1982 opinion you quote, which I do agree with, is, it says the auditor or clerk is in charge of the text and format of what's required. Not extra stuff, but what's required. The text and format is their issue. So, and that's the thing you've stood on for nearly 2 years on the radio saying about every week. So you're voting, you don't believe the clerk has the right to, you don't agree with her minutes, you're voting no for that reason. And I'm fine with you voting no. I'm just trying to know why, if there's an issue. So your issue is you don't like the way she's doing it.
That's right.
Okay, the format. Okay. Well, we've got a motion and a second on that. Guess we'll vote on that.
Clark,
No,
Holmes,
Yes,
Mayor,
Yes.
okay. Got that done. That done here before we adjourn here, I was thinking, I guess I should have this public comment on the jail, and I've just been saying this for the future. I just hope everybody thinks about not to exceed. I'm a taxpayer, and it's a lot of money. They're trying to go past the 16 million. I'd sure like my own opinion, just draw a line in the sand on that thing. Other than that, that's all I've got, my feelings on it. It's my last meeting. Well, and wish Brian Rogers well as he comes in. So,
I
a
move
motion to
to
adjourn?
move to adjourn.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're adjourned.